Howdy, this is Lemmy with RevZilla TV, here to talk to you today about LighTech Mirrors. You should be looking into a set of LighTech mirrors for your motorcycle if you want to see whoever it is going to come up behind you and potentially center punch you. These are currently being made for a pretty wide variety of bikes, but because mirrors are sort of universal, I think we're going to see these typically on British as well as Japanese and Italian motorcycles. I'll explain why in just a moment. Now when it comes down to installing these, I think you're looking at probably a 1 beard in our BSD, our beard scale of difficulty. If you can spin a couple of wrenches and you have some basic hand tools, you should be able to get a set of LighTech mirrors onto your bike with a minimum of muss and fuss. So let's get right into things. Before we start talking about how nice a LighTech mirror is going to look on your motorcycle, let's talk about why you might be interested in buying one of these. Most motorcycles come with a perfectly serviceable set of OEM mirrors on there. However, they're also perfectly hideous. They're ugly mirrors. They're typically longer than they need to be, they have stalks that are in the wrong places, and they're typically made of materials that aren't that hot. Plastic doesn't really get me too excited. Enter LighTech. Most of the folks you see who are putting mirrors on their bike, regardless of whether they're LighTech or otherwise, are typically trying to beautify their bike. They're making their bike look a little bit nicer. LighTech offers some super beautiful mirrors. They have really two classes of mirror I think you're going to see. I'll show you each one of them when we talk about how they might affect your motorcycle and what you can use on your bike. You'll notice these aluminum mirrors here. Beautiful mirrors. You can see also this machine work in here. This milling is absolutely beautiful. The anodized finish looks really nice. You can sort of help color coordinate your bodywork to your mirrors themselves if you so desire, or you can also choose one of their less noticeable colors if you're trying to have a look that's just a bit more muted. Really nicely made. I mean, you'll notice the pivot points on here, beautifully crafted. The aluminum is top notch. They're lightweight. They look good. That's really what you need out of your mirrors. Now flipping over to this side of the table, you can see we have a set of carbon fiber mirrors here. Now these are going to be slightly different. Unlike these aluminum mirrors which are meant to mount to threaded bosses that you're going to have in your clutch and brake perches, the carbon fiber mirrors are intended to mount to bodywork, fairings. So those of you who are rocking a true honest-to-God sport bike, but you have a set of those big honking mirrors hanging off it, you can replace them with these lighter, sleeker units. You can see this nice curvaceous look to them. It flows in well with your bodywork. They're a little bit smaller than those bulky, bulbous OEM mirrors you had on there. And of course, they have this nice carbon fiber finish. It's going to let people who know that you kind of care about your bike and you want it to look nice. So the last item too that LighTech makes that I'm kind of a fan of too are these block-off plates. Pretty simply, these are for those of you guys who don't need mirrors. You're taking mirrors off your bike not to replace them, but instead so you can run your bike at the track. They make these beautifully machined plates. You can see here offer just a natural finish, or again, you can get different colored anodized finishes on here to either match your bodywork or perhaps some of your race regalia, or you can just grab something again that's finished a little bit more subtly if you're into that look. Either way, it's going to cover up the holes you have in your bodywork so your bike doesn't look unfinished. Of course, these are completely reversible, so if you do want to later throw your mirrors back on there, it's a very simple swap to do. So let's talk about installation. For those of you considering an aluminum set of the mirrors, you have a setup on your bike on each of your bosses most likely. You're going to have threaded bosses on your clutch perch as well as your brake perch. These should thread right in there. You should be set to fly very quickly. Bolt them down, adjust them, sit on your bike, take it for a ride, readjust, and you're set to fly. Those of you who are looking at either the carbon fiber mirrors or the block-off plates, you've got usually 2 bolts holding your old mirror on. Pop those babies off, pop either the new mirror or the block-off plate in its place. Again, same deal. Adjust them, take them for a ride, readjust, make some minor readjustments, and you're also set to go. Installation's very simple. Most of you should be able to get it done with just a minimum amount of hand tools as well as effort in the garage. As for me, I really like the LighTech mirrors, but that comes with a caveat. These do come with a big price tag. They are beautifully made mirrors, but they are expensive. For me, I'm not exactly sure if I'd throw a set onto my bike. However, my opinion is not the only game in town. Click that info button. See what some riders who are rocking a set of LighTech mirrors on their motorcycle have to say about them and how they held up for them. If you've got any questions, perhaps fitment or installation, something I didn't cover here in the video, feel free to get in touch with one of our gear geeks. See us at RevZilla.com. You can always give us a jingle on the horn too, 877-792-9455. I'm Lemmy, I'm out of here.